from Studio A at beautiful One Biloxi Square in Lake Worth, Texas. Welcome in, everyone, to the Grandpa and Pappy Show, Friday edition, as we get ready to enter the weekend and have a little fun. And it has been a lot of fun this week.
It has. Play that funky music, boy.
Marshall Williams,
Big Marshall,
providing the background music. And as we told you on Wednesday's show, we've been so blessed, Pappy, to have so many great instrumental artists.
Yes, we have.
To send us in music backgrounds. It's just a lot of fun.
Ton of talent out there.
Oh, man.
By the way, if you consider yourself a musician, you want your music featured, intro, outros on our shows, send them on. grandpaandpappy@gmail.com. We'd love to hear it.
We sure would. We both love music so much. Yeah. We just sit there and listen to them over and over, Pappy.
I'm a music kind of guy.
Yes, you are.
What do we got going on today, amigo?
I tell you what, we have a great show today.
Yeah.
Because this came from my devious mind that without making jokes or anything, if you could sit down and just talk one-on-one with the President of the United States, what would you say to him? What would you say? We had a ton of comments. Some of them, I would say, was not that serious, but a lot of them were. And if I was to sit down with the President of the United States, there's several things I would like to ask him.
Yeah.
First of all, why is it so difficult, Mr. President, for people over 60 to get a job?
Well, I call him Don. So,
oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going way back.
I bet you got him on speed dial, too.
I do.
Then I would ask him, when will Congress replace the millions and millions of dollars they've taken from the Social Security Fund? Why can't those on Social Security get a decent raise? That's because Congress is robbing the Social Security Fund for all of their pet little projects, which is actually against the law because that is designated for Social Security only, and they have taken millions
They've
out
been
there.
robbing the SS fund for years, man.
Yeah, then what is their favorite thing? Well, Social Security is going to run out of money in 2024. Yeah,
Been out of money since 1999, I think.
Then I would say, Mr. President, when will you have enough of the protesting and destruction of our major cities, and when will you put a stop to it?
That would be the one question I'd ask him right there. Why is it so damn difficult to track these jerkwads down? It's destroying our freedom, our rights, and our country. Yeah, our cities.
Then I'd look at him right straight in the face and say, Mr. President, I believe Congress should live under the same guidelines that they have imposed on all Americans. I believe they should pay into the Social Security program like we do and not have a permanent retirement fund paid by us. Also, I believe they should be paid, or they should not be paid until they go to work again.
Well,
they're all taking time off because of this COVID thing.
Well, I'd ask him, why do you allow the Speaker of the House to show up to work drunk on her ass? Get her out of there.
Ain't it so? Can you stop all of the pork barrel spending in all of these programs that are supposed to help Americans through the unemployment?
Yeah.
There is too much going on elsewhere, and we told you on Wednesday's show on a breaking news that the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, said that they would not pass the stimulus check program in the House until they put in there that you could vote by mail-in ballots, which is absolute.
I'm surprised she didn't
bunko.
add an addendum allowing her to kill a few more million babies in that bill too. So,
I would also say I want to apologize to you for all of the harassment and constant pressure the Democratic Party has put you under since taking office.
Yeah.
We want you to know you've done a real hell of a job for us, and they would only work with you. If they would only work with you, there's no telling what could be accomplished. And I'm sorry for all the abuse your family has taken since you took office. It's grossly unfair and being waged by classless people who have nothing else to do.
And I would also interject a comment saying our listeners on the Grandpa and Pappy show don't treat you that way. So,
Nope.
How about a little sponsorship grant money there, Prez?
Yeah, we'll advertise Trump Towers.
That's
yes,
right.
sir.
By God.
And then I would ask him, when will Congress start concentrating on homelessness among America's veterans instead of giving homes and benefits to illegal aliens?
Thank you for that. That'd be a biggie. What you got, Special K? I know
Oh,
you got
let's-
something rolling around your mind.
Well, I don't really.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I put her on the spot yesterday.
Yeah, I think the question I would ask him is, why is it that the illegal immigrants, excuse me, spit it out, get more benefits than our own American children do today? I mean, they get everything for free, which includes health care.
Yeah.
I know from a personal point
And
of view,
education, yeah.
Mr. President, I had to go without insurance for many years until I hit Medicare, and because it was so expensive.
We had Obamacare.
And
Yes.
then, you know, as
You're
far
gonna
as
get in
our
trouble for
children,
that.
I don't care.
Jack and I put kids through college, and now we're strapped with student loans that these illegal immigrants' children are getting for free.
Yeah.
And so it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, Mr. President, that this is happening in our.
She's reading my notes.
I like it when
Look
she
at
looks
number
at
nine.
us and calls
Read
us
number
Mr.
9.
President.
Read number 9 there,
nine?
Pappy.
Says Karen will say it all. Says if Congress passes a bill to forgive student loan debt, will that apply to everyone or just those the Democrats deem worthy?
I put 4 kids through college plus myself.
Yeah.
So
Twice.
it is
Twice.
it's a debt that people that get up in their elderly years like us can't really pay at this point. So
Yeah.
Well, I was I told my dad I don't need your damn money to go to college. He looked at me kind of grinned. He said, "Oh."
Thank you. Thank you.
He felt so
well, I
damn
will
good.
say one of our
he
kids
felt so
did pay hers off. So
Yeah.
you know, we're thankful for that. But
And
you know,
another one is also trying.
and they're all trying to help pay theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
And rightfully so.
the
I mean,
point
it's-
is, why do
it's a family.
illegal immigrants get more benefits than our own American people?
You know, and that,
Okay.
that
Is
a-
that
that's
is
a
that
big
all you would
question.
tell the president before we go on? Is that
You'd
all?
probably tell him what you told me out on the patio earlier. Which I'm
X-ray.
I
not-
would just say
I'm not gonna
Trump
repeat.
2020.
There you go. Okay.
And here you go, you're a good
Okay,
little girl.
put your headphones back on and be quiet. Thank you very much.
around and get busy.
Okay,
Yes,
Pappy.
for my opinion.
Pappy, what would you tell him? Really, in all seriousness.
All seriousness, I would probably ask him questions about the rioting and destruction and homeless vets.
Yep.
You know, that would probably be at the top of my list. And just like Special K just said, why in the hell are we allowing people to come over here, whether they become legal or not, and reap our benefits that our own people don't even have?
I agree.
You know, I mean, that just don't toot my whistle.
It don't set well.
It's a nice,
That's
nicest,
exactly
nicest
right.
way I can say that.
Well, there's our opinions. Let's jump right into the viewer
Let's
opinions,
find
and
out
there
about yours.
there were a bunch of them. Donna Toten would ask him why he puts himself through all of this with all the money he has.
Well,
Simple answer is he's a great American.
he's a patriot.
Yes, sir.
He loves his country. Sissy McCoy says, I would have a lot to say to him.
But she just didn't elaborate.
Just like that one old gal told me in her thread, it's none of your damn business, JT, what I'd ask him. So,
Well, there you go. Diana Concannon said, I'd like to thank him for being my president. It takes a lot to run our country. I'd bring up the things he ran on to get elected. It takes the House and Senate to work together to have a working economy.
yeah.
I would definitely bring up helping people off of welfare and stop depending on the government for food stamps, free housing, and so forth and so on. The Department of Human Services needs to be audited, and other government offices and officials. I refuse to live in a socialist country, and I would definitely address that. I am not here to debate anyone or anybody because I'm too smart and educated for that. I will vote for Trump again, and that is a fact.
Well, by God, that's well said by a little Tennessee girl. I'm telling you. Bob Baker would want to know why Hillary Clinton is not in jail, to which Debbie Graham agreed wholeheartedly. That is a
Bingo.
good question.
Bingo.
Her and all her minions.
John Bossy said, I would say, don't Twitter. Be more presidential and let other people, meaning us, be your attack dogs. John, way to go, boy.
Well, Barry Sheffield says it would be an honor to sit down with the president, regardless of party, to just sit and chew the fat. I would let him know that the average American is thinking out there, so he will hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I would let President Trump know there are millions of Americans who have his back, and if he needs help with manpower, just give us the word.
I think that's absolutely correct. Trevor Jennings would just make one comment. Legalize marijuana.
Well, he's kind of done that, you know.
Well, he hasn't. The states have.
Well, he's allowed it to happen.
Yeah, well.
Scott Dacker said he would ask the president to tell him how and why he went from being a Democrat to a Republican, to which Twyla Richards and Mark Carrington said it was obvious and he was smart.
There you go.
Yep.
Donna Toten said, I would ask him why put yourself through all of this with all the money you have.
There again. He's a patriot. He loves his country.
That's exactly right.
Debbie Graham said she is a Trump supporter, but she would tell him to quit being a dick.
Okay. Lindsey Rogers Hardy said, I'd tell him thank you and then ask him what's the one thing we as Americans could do for him. He does so much for us, and even though he has everything his heart desires, he is still a person and still needs to know people want to help him in some way.
That's what we do in America.
That's what we do.
And here's one you guys might be interested in. Darla Walker says she would tell him that she loves what you're doing, but could you do something about the rental and real estate industry? They're killing us poor folks. Income requirements are straight up discrimination, and putting a roof over your head shouldn't take 0.75% or more of your monthly income. Oh, and rein in those tow truck lizards that harass you where you live. Did I read that right? Oh,
Yes,
and
you
rein
did.
in those tow truck lizards that harass you where you think.
Repo trucks is what
Yeah.
she's referring to.
Yeah.
Tommy Parker said to bomb the crap out of China. Well, that would be a big mistake, I think.
Yeah. Daniel Rawls says he would tell him you're effing stupid, to which Johnny Northcutt said, what an extremely well thought out question. Whether you agree with him or like him or not, Daniel, you don't get in the Oval Office by being stupid, okay?
No, that's correct.
Yep.
Jamie Ward said, I would thank him for his generosity with his pay. How do you keep a straight face when dealing with Nancy Pelosi? I want to throw something at the TV every time they show her face.
I do too. I'm getting tired of buying TVs.
We saw the picture of Pelosi a while ago. You and I, TV looked like she's coming off a 2-week drunk.
Yeah, I think she was headed towards a rehab building. I don't know what her deal is. Michael Westfall said if I would shake his hand and thank him for being president of the United States of America. It's not an easy job, but you took it on. I would tell him thanks for trying to make our country great again by bringing back factories, lowering taxes, negotiating new trade deals, and making other countries pony up to their part in the United Nations and the G20. I would also ask if he could introduce me to Melania.
Melania?
Melania, you're going to have to take a number on that one, bud.
Hey, that's a well thought out question. It really is.
I bet
Good
he's
job,
been
Michael.
I bet he's been thinking about it for a
Yeah.
while.
Brian Steiner said he would just simply tell him, you got 2020.
That's right. I think he does.
There you go.
Diane Fox said I would thank him, then I would ask if certain people will face a military tribunal for treason and others for pedophilia.
Yep. Donna Briggs Moss said I would tell him I'm praying for him every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's something he could use a lot of right there.
He certainly could.
Bobby Harley said, thank you, sir. Keep draining the swamp and build that wall. Indict Obama.
And that may be coming.
I hope
It
so.
sure may be coming.
That would make my life complete.
Oh, it would me too. Marie West Foster says she would say, thank you, Mr. President, for all of your hard work for the American people. God has blessed you. S.D. Holland followed that up by saying thank you for all you've done.
Bobby Heard. Bobby Hearn just wanted him to know that his hair looks like crap.
Oh, come on, Bobby. You're just jealous. You ain't got any. Yeah.
Apparently, you hadn't seen a man in a windstorm. You'd run down the street screaming.
Yes, I did. Let's see. Eddie Factor would say, would you mind if I took a shot at your wife? If not, can you get me a suite at OU Stadium? Just asking for a friend.
Since the answer's no,
Eddie.
can you
Eddie.
get me a seat up in the big money stands? Mary Adam Childers would say, "Good job. You need to stop the rioting. There are a lot of freeloading idiots that need to get their lazy asses working. We don't need mail-in votes either. If you can go riot, you can go vote and get a job."
Bingo.
Well
Bingo.
said. Well said, Mary.
Well, Tom Coombs took to the offensive by saying you're a con man and a grafter supported by enablers and the gullible. You are the swamp. Please let the door hit you in the ass on your way out. That would be my opening remark, and we could get down to specifics from there.
I respect your opinion, although I disagree with it, Tom. But my question to you is, who do you want to see in there? Blast it to us. I would like to talk about that.
Yeah, note to Tom Coombs, maybe it's people like you that has the country in turmoil. That's just my opinion, of course. And
Eddie Dixon said, "Keep doing what you're doing, Mr. President. You're doing great. 4 more years."
Bill Thompson would advise him to call the leftists BS and open this country up.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And Nita Britton would tell him that he is the best president in my lifetime for sure, and probably ever.
And I think when it's all said and done and the history books are written, I think you're going to see that.
I believe that's exactly what they'll say.
You know, the difference is all of these past presidents we've had, are basically brought up to be politicians. Yeah. And Donald Trump was not. He is a businessman.
Self-made billionaire. Yeah.
Yes, and just like Special K has said on numerous occasions, the United States of America is a business.
It is.
It has to be run like that. And who
does.
better to understand business than a businessman who's successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, let's see here.
Yeah.
Nita Britton would tell him that you just read that. Rudy Torres said, just keep doing what you're doing, Mr. President.
Yeah. And Johnny Williams would say, "Quit tweeting," to which James O'Donnell said, "Amen to that." Patrick McDivick then said, "Please act more presidential and use a filter when tweeting."
Now, I know those are all Trump supporters, but what you got, Special K?
Well, I have something to say about the tweeting. If he doesn't tweet and get his message out there, the mainstream media is never going to get anything out there for him. That's why he does it. Whether you like it or not, and sometimes he does say some really
off-the-wall
stuff. I don't agree with all of the tweeting, but if he didn't do that, nobody would know anything, because they certainly don't do it on the mainstream media.
Well,
No, they don't.
But they're gonna stretch it out of proportion, take everything out of context, and make him look bad.
They're going to twist it.
Well, they do that anyway.
gonna-
I mean,
That's
they
what I'm
can
saying. Yeah.
say a whole paragraph, and they just take the piece that they want to twist around to make it become truth, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's just like the thing that the Democrats are saying about COVID-19, that the president said you had to swallow, what was it?
It was actually Clorox.
Clorox, that's it.
Yeah.
Swallow Clorox to kill it. That was a joke answer in response to a reporter's stupid
No,
question.
it's pure sarcasm.
Yeah.
So, but the Democrats think, oh man, you
Now
got to
you-
go drink. He wants you to drink Clorox.
Now you tell that's
Oh.
that's the cleanest my tinkle has ever been in my life when I tried that, but it sure does burn coming out. Damn it.
Dang it, boy.
Plus it tastes like crap too. So.
As my redneck buddy would say, damn it, boy.
Damn it, boy. Where are we here, brother?
Wiley.
Wiley T. Bryce says he would tell him, "Thank you for your loyalty to our great country. A rare trait these days." That it is.
That it is. Jerry Blum would say to the president, keep making America great. Brad Cook would say, sorry for all the libtards. And David G. Cohn said, you don't have to swing at every pitch.
That's right. That's a fact.
That's
But
pretty
you can't-
prophetic
but
right
you
there.
can't
isn't it?
hit a home run unless you do.
Mm-hmm.
Shelley Jenkins simply says, I would tell him you're a lunatic and an idiot.
And a side note to Shelley.
This just in.
That idiot has made more money than you ever will, and idiots don't make money.
That idiot is guaranteeing you your right to your opinion and freedom of speech, too, by the way, little girl. So,
Yes,
but
thank
I
you.
do respect your opinion.
Mm-hmm. We read them, good or bad. We
Yep.
read them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Brandon Cummings would ask, where are the indictments? When are people going to jail for treason?
Brendan, I think that's coming. I know that Attorney General Barr has had an investigative committee or investigative task force investigating a lot of things that we have not heard about yet, only little snippets here and there. And I think right about close to election time, it's all going to break loose.
I think it'll be once he's back in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
There's going to be some head rolling going on. So
Russell Curland said to do an Obama, an executive ordered the crap out of him. Oh, wait. Democrats won't go for that.
that's a good point, Russ. They'll never allow that to happen.
I just want to executive order him to death. That's fact.
David Keith Fancier said, please listen to me, Mr. President Trump. It's time to enact RICO and go after the people financing BLM and Antifa. They are terrorists. Freeze all their assets, then go after the people that took the contributions from BLM and Antifa. That is the only way we're going to have a fair election.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that'd be a damn good start, wouldn't it?
And we wind it up
Big Mac.
with Big Matt Bannister. And this is so Big Matt, you just have to know him. Big Matt Bannister said, I'd offer him a beer.
By God.
Knowing Matt, the conversation would start there.
Well, it depends on how he's dressed. If he's dressed like that French maid like he was on Halloween night, probably be more in a conversation going on.
6'7" of nothing but French maid and high heels.
Whew, that's the night I met him. Kept looking up and I've still got his, what you call those things you wear around?
Garters.
His garter. Now,
Well, I will say, Pappy, there were many, many more comments received after we put the program together, and we appreciate the overwhelming response to this topic.
yeah. Yeah, you guys are great. we say it every show. I mean it with my heart. You guys rock.
But I really did want to know, Pappy. I mean, the average American will never meet the President of the United States.
No.
I'm just saying, what if you had that chance just to sit down one-on-one?
I think it'd be cool.
I think it would be terrific.
I got to pat Lyndon Baines Johnson on the shoulder when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, he had something to do with the Baylor Company, who my mother was a big mucky with, and he came out, gave them a little speech, and I got to touch him. Which I'd never mind what I'd rather stick my finger in.
Oh, there you
Touch him
go.
in.
There you go.
Did I ever tell you what LBJ was doing 5 seconds before JFK got shot?
Yeah, but tell our viewers. Bam.
Just a little political humor there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah. Have another sip of coffee, will you?
I'm out.
Yeah, well, okay, we can remedy that.
Yeah, we do appreciate your comments,
We do.
your point of views, and what's on your mind, and keep them coming.
Let's take a look at the viewer comments we got in. Kimberly Smith Hogg commented on our show about showing up if rioters came to your town. She says, ours did. They didn't show. There were only rumors, but over 100 people showed up.
I wonder where this was.
She did not say.
Sounds like Cleburne.
Claiborne?
No, there was more than 100 people in Cleburne
Yeah.
from that video. And trust me.
And Alex Thompson said our Grandpa and Pappy t-shirts look awesome and wants information on how to purchase one. Well, stay tuned and we'll do just that.
This guy's got the information for you.
That's right. I know some stuff.
Let's see here. Elliot Reesno said after last weekend's sports kickoff with NBA and Major League Baseball, He's done with sports. If I want political statements pushed down my throat, I'll go to a political rally. Get real, pro sports, and drop this nonsense before you lose all of your viewers and lovers of sports.
Well said. Very well said. And that's exactly where I'm at, amigo.
Yeah, we've talked about you, and
I'm
I've
done.
talked about it several times.
I'm done. I watched hockey the other day.
Yeah?
There was no kneeling in hockey.
No.
If somebody got a puck to the wrong part of the body, then it's called kneeling.
Well, Special K and I were watching the Stars game the other night at the watering hole.
Yeah.
And they showed a couple of the hockey players kneeling, and Karen said then, I'm done with hockey, but what that was, they were kneeling waiting for the Star Spangled Banner to play, and they stood up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's good.
that's what it was. I
that's
looked
what
that
I
up.
mean.
I looked that
And
up.
just like the old boy on our Facebook podcast page said, don't kneel in the pitch at a drag race unless you want to get your teeth kicked in. So, by God, we don't do that kind of stuff up here.
I heard that.
Yeah, but yeah, we appreciate all your comments, all your point of views, suggestions. Send them in to us, grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
Paulette Waters commented on Instagram that the president needs to put an end to the rioting before average Americans start doing it. It won't be pretty, but the average Joe out here is getting tired of the constant protesting and damage that they're inflicting on our towns and cities.
Yeah, good point. Well said, Paulette. Macy Lewis says she just found our show and found it to be refreshing. Well, thank you for that. I especially like all the comments you read from your viewers. There are some smart cookies out there, boys, and I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, it's been a fun show today as we kick off our weekend together.
Yeah.
But there are ways that you can send us in your comments,
Yeah.
your suggestions for programs. We love the suggestions for the programs because, as you've noticed, about the last 8 or 9 shows, they've been suggested by our viewers,
By you, the viewer.
and you
we love
guys
it.
have so adequately commented on them,
In fact,
and we appreciate it.
We're looking for more. Send them in.
If you want to, there's ways to do that. You can send it right to our email address, which is grandpaandpappy@gmail.com. Let me tell you again, grandpaandpappy@gmail.com. Or,
Or
yes,
you can send it straight into our website, which has multiple tabs that you can push buttons and play with. At www.grandpa and the letter N-Pappy, grandpaandpappy.com. While you're there, push the big red button that just popped up.
there it is.
Bing. And subscribe. I mean, please subscribe. All you got to do is come up with a little silly password, one that you'll remember, and subscribe.
Yeah, it's absolutely free to you.
Yeah, leave us a
Most
thumbs up.
most
thumbs down.
podcasts ask you to pay a certain amount a month to be a subscriber, but ours is absolutely free because we think it's important that you have a voice.
Freedom of speech should not cost you money. So, yeah, but do that. Do that. Give us a show topic, comments, good, bad, or indifferent. If you've got a complaint about something we've talked about, I encourage you to send that.
You know, Pappy, coming up on Monday, we got an interesting topic that you guys, once again, have really stepped up, and you still have time to enter your comments for Monday's show, which is, should Congress send out another round of stimulus checks?
I never got my first one, so whatever.
Well, what can I say?
But for the people out there that, I mean, I'm retired and things are pretty well set in mine and the Divine One's life. I mean, when it comes to living, whether we can live or not. But, yeah, as long I agree, they should do another round for the people that need it. For you snowflakes out there that's milking the system, no. Hell no.
I do recall one of the comments we got in from a gentleman, which we'll read to you on Monday, that said he really hates to say it, but he needs it. he got laid off from his job because his business closed because of the COVID-19.
Yeah.
And he has since found a job, but it pays him a lot less than what he was making, and he's having difficulty making ends meet. So
Well, and
those are the kind of people that
that's right.
Congress needs to step up and help.
That's what the program was designed for. I
And they
mean,
need to take all the
Wait a second. What are you saying?
they need to take all the pork barrel out of it.
Absolutely.
Nothing but helping the American people get through this. Nothing else.
Do you hear that, Congress?
Period.
Do you hear that, Congress? People don't want your BS anymore.
that's right.
You need to step up and help those that really need help. And for those of you who are working part-time and filing unemployment claims and getting $600 extra a week,
Damn, some of them was getting 12.
but I think that is over with now.
Well, I hope
And
so.
we have a very good friend in the Texas workforce, which we will not name here for privacy, but he says they are investigating a lot of these people that put claims in and will cut them off, and they will have to pay reparations.
And we ought to have him on the show one day. Probably be a call-in type thing because
Yeah.
he's shy when it comes to his pretty self. So, but I guarantee you, he knows what he's doing.
He does. It's
knows
been
the
fun
system.
today, Pappy. We've
It has.
enjoyed it. It's been a great week. We
It
thank
certainly has.
all of you guys for
Yes,
your
we do.
comments and your suggestions and
You
your
guys are great.
show topics.
Yep.
We want you to have a great
Oh,
weekend.
wait, now, hold on.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
rewind. Show shirts. The order was put in day before yesterday. Represent. We've got some coming in. If you want to pre-order, I mean, because we don't.
a billboard.
Yes, that's right. You can walk a billboard. We didn't order a large quantity of them because we don't know how they're going to go over. But the cost to be somewhere between $17.50 and $20, depending on if and where we have to send them. But I doubt very seriously they'll be over $20 a piece. Be just like the one that my amigo.
Well, we want to keep the cost in line for our viewers. We don't want to dun you.
Absolutely. But yeah, if you want to pre-order, just shoot us a text, either on the podcast page, an email.
At the email address.
That'd be grandpaandpappy@gmail.com. Shoot us what size, how many you want,
Name, address.
shipping info, name of your firstborn, shoe size, and all that good stuff. And we'd be more than happy to fill the order once they come in. But like I say, we only ordered probably about 50 or 60 of them, so we don't anticipate them lasting very
In
long.
the first order.
And they will be in 4 to 6 weeks due to production schedules. So I'm not real happy about that. But,
Well, knowing you, you'll be making a phone call.
well, yeah, I'll probably lose the whole deal. I'll chew somebody's ass
Yeah.
out over it and look
Repossess their firstborn child if
silly. Well,
they don't.
I've already
yeah,
got 2 of them holding hostage. So
Oh,
maybe
I
we
see.
get them in a
Okay.
lot. But, I mean, and the reason for the production delay is because we shop prices so we can pass that on to you. So.
Everybody, have a great weekend.
Yeah, please
We
do.
appreciate you. As we always tell you, hug your children. Let them know you love them.
Let them know we all love them too, by God.
Absolutely. We want you to be safe and sound this weekend. Be smart.
take
It's a
care of
crazy
one
world
another.
out there.
You know, you're all you got left in that household, so take care of one another.
That's exactly right.
We'll look forward to seeing you back here on Monday.
Absolutely. Until then, Pappy and I want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you Monday. Thank you. God bless.
Later.
Take care. Bye-bye.